And if you're listening on the stream, then sorry for that. I don't know what's up. So, we are going to be having Nature's Prophet and the Shadow Demon picked up by 4FC. So they managed to, or they actually decide to not go for Quilly's Lone Druid, as that is normally something that they try to pick up if they have a chance. But last game kind of made them realize probably that they need something that can be active more early. And perhaps they need a bit of split push. And Nature's Prophet, of course, is really great with that. We are going to be seeing the Shadow Demon once again in the hands of Boomski. Let's see if we can see Marana or a Kunkka again for 4FC. I mean, we know that they like it. Of course, the Kunkka didn't really work out in the previous game, but who knows what they can do in the next game. We've got ourselves again a Jakiro getting banned out in the puck, with the Lone Druid banned out on the side of Dignitas. And let's see, Life Stealer for the last one. Dignitas having first pick, so they can pick up something what they want to have right now. I mean, banning out the Life Stealer means they don't want to pick it up themselves either. They go for a Visage instead, so already have got the start of a potential aggressive tri lane with the Nyx Assassin and a Visage that's already very strong. And we are going to see what 4FC goes for next. Hey! Yeah, so I forgot, like, I'm solo casting, if you haven't noticed yet. There's no other voice here. You might see some stats popping up though. Music is supposed to be providing some stats. Of course, that was the same case in the previous game, and you didn't end up seeing stats at all. But he kind of got a bit busy, so hopefully for this game we'll be able to put out some statistics about these two players, these two teams rather. And yeah, 4FC, thinking about it, thinking about the next pickup. It is going to be Alina, so a hero that we see often played by Matrim or Iconoclast, who is not here, who has a stand-in playing instead of him. It is Juicy that is standing in for him, so he'll probably take up that role of the Alina. It's a hero that they're very successful with, also in aggressive tri-lanes, if they combine it up with the Marana. So maybe we're going to see that coming up from them. Still miss their mid lane hero as well though. Same thing goes for Dignitas actually. We still have a Queen of Pain in the pool, as well as Dragon Knight, Templar Assassin. Of course, snaking Templar Assassin is one of the heroes that he plays very often. And this is the first time that Dignitas is really going into reserve time, so they're thinking about what they want to do here. And also, of course, they're thinking about what they can expect here from 4FC. But they end up going for the Templar Assassin. No real surprise there. As said, one of the signature heroes of snaking. I think he's going to be quite happy with playing for that one. With that one, rather. And 4FC, is it going to be Marana? I mean, Marana Templar Assassin? You know, Marana is one of those glass cannons, and if it's one thing that Templar Assassin is good against, it is glass cannons. So even building a BKB won't really help you out, because it's physical damage that TA puts out. So I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what they want to have, but then again, in Kunkka, do you want to have that one that you can man fight up against a TA, because you can't really do that either. They're a bit lost, and of course, which hero are they gonna be putting mid, right? 4FC have got Boomski, sorry, Blumberg on the mid lane. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Spirit Breaker mid. Templar Assassin does get bashed, obviously. So I would actually like to see that, purely because we've seen it from them before, and we've seen him working out as well for 4FC. They do end up going with the Marana, no surprise. Or at least no surprise in terms of what they normally play, but I think maybe for 4FC it's a bit time to try some newer recipes, because we've seen them play this before, and we've seen them being very successful with this, with their tri-lane, with their aggressive tri-lane, but the moment that aggressive tri-lane is not going the way that it should, it's going downhill fast. And considering they already got a Nature's Prophet, he'll probably be on the safe lane. So they don't really have a carry that is can save the game later on. Of course, Nature's Prophet can, in theory, save the game later on if you make it to that late, but I mean, he is going to be the one on the safe lane, and is not going to be able to put that much out there. Like if the tri lane fails, I mean, he's not going to be carrying his team. They need a good tri lane. Let's see what Dignitas goes for last. I need that carry still. Still got plenty of options in the pool. I mean, the Gyrocopter was taken out. But and there's so many options still left that I think that Dignitas is gonna be happy either way. It's gonna be an anti-mage, good old-fashioned anti-mage.
Radiant team pick.
It's actually like anti-mage on an aggressive trial lane is of course a hero that has an escape mechanism, right? So in that regard, you either have to time everything perfectly with the light strike ray and the arrow, etc., or he's gonna get away. If you do time everything properly, that might actually be a good chance that anti-mage dies, because at the start of the game he's definitely also a bit of made of glass, but then you've got an impale to stop initiation from going, you've got burst damage coming out of the visage to go for some counter initiation, and 4FC you have to be really wary about that, and some good warding is needed to make sure that they know where those two are at all times, to make sure they are not getting caught out of position. Last pickup for 4FC is the axe, so we're gonna see the axe solo mid. Of course, one thing to note about an axe versus the Templar Assassin is that the battle hunger, it doesn't tick off refraction charges, but it does do damage because it's like it's HP removal. And you can always HP removal, it doesn't take up a hit basically. So Templar Assassin versus an axe, it can be quite nice for the axe, but we'll see how that works out. Of course, Templar Assassin is the signature hero of snaking, and I don't think he's gonna be very uncomfortable with that hero. We're gonna see Dignitas Fog playing on the Nyx Assassin once again. Way Too Sexy will be on the visage for this game. AOE 2000 or AOI 2000 sitting on the anti-mage, snaking on a signature Templar Assassin, and then the last but not least Universe on again a signature Darkseer, and that is Dignitas on the Dire side, dropping to the Radiant side. We are gonna see 4FC already smoked up, looking for a fast heading into the Dire jungle. They're not all that fast though, especially not since they are walking back and forth a little bit here. But we are going to see Boomsky on his Shadow Demon, a signature hero for him too. Strangby, signature Mirana. And they find that there's people there. Just need the disruption, just need everybody there, but they won't have an axe, nor will they have a Nature's Prophet, because those have backed off. So they're not going to go for this either. So Lina will be played by Juicy. In the mid lane we'll have ourselves Blumberg on the axe, and on the off lane, or sorry, safe lane is Krilly on the Nature's Prophet. From the high ground, Dignitas scouts out that they are going to be up against an aggressive trial lane. And we'll see if 4FC manages to get themselves that rune, if they get lucky. Or if Universe gets lucky and gets that one.
The battle begins.
Haste rune going the way of Juicy. Or, not Juicy, he pinged it, but Boomsky will be getting the haste rune. For fast initiations, of course, you kind of want to have that. If they find someone slightly out of position, haste rune does punish you for it extra hard. The only downside is everybody has to be fairly close by. Apart from Mirana, I guess the arrow is long range. She won't skill anything just yet though. She doesn't know yet what she needs, if she needs an arrow, if they're gonna be aggressive straight away, etc. In the meantime, Way Too Sexy comes mid to help out mid lane. He knows that Way Too Sexy is going to be needing some help most likely, especially when that battle hunger gets skilled up there. In the meantime, on the top lane we already got the arrows. AOI should be able to get himself away. Stick charges are going to be there. Nice impale up on 2 coming up from Fogged. Light Strike Array hits though. Fog taking a lot of harassment here. And this is already the start of an aggressive trial lane for 4FC that already favors them a little bit in terms of harassment. The real battle will come though when the first blood has been spilled, and when the kills start flowing here, if they start flowing here, because they kind of need to flow for 4FC to make it successful for them, considering they don't have a secondary carry on their bottom lane. They need to have their top lane working out for them, and not just by shutting down the anti-mage, even though that alone is already a nice thing to have happen, but they need to get some kills, need to get levels up on their supports. And that is going to be tough. They don't have a block for the camp here, so that means that pulling and stacking will be possible for Fogged. The only downside is that if you start pulling and stacking right now, you'll actually allow 4FC to start pushing a little bit more than they normally would. So you have to be careful for it. And on top of that, oh no, the pull still happened. Boomsky a bit too late with pulling it back. But on top of that, you know that the supports are busy pulling, so if you want to go on AOI, you might be able to before the supports come in to try and save his life. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Krilly Might be having some trouble here. He has the last hit under his tower. Normally that would be okay for Nature's Prophet, because he can tank things up with his Nature's Call, but he doesn't have mana at the moment. And he is actually now knowing, you know what, I can't stay. I have to TP out Universe. Gets what he wants, and is left alone on the lane for a little while. 17-0. Again, tower skipping creeps. And again, of course, therefore, gonna be ahead of the pack in terms of last hits and denies. In the meantime, Snaking sitting on 11 for 4. Blomberg, 9 for 2. Able to keep up with the Templar Assassin on last hits is quite decent. If you're an Axe, in terms of harassment, the Templar Assassin will not be able to really harass Axe down, unless Axe makes a big mistake there. And 46% win rate against a TA. Not even that high, but definitely not low either. A bit 50-50. Around 50 is where you expect everybody to be, like if all things were even. Of course in Dota not all things are even. But yeah, pretty decent that it is actually around the 50% mark. And teammates in the meantime only sitting on 6 last hits, so 4FC in that regard doing quite well. But at the same time, Strangby only has 9 last hits. Is only level 2 while Antimage is level 3, and that is gonna be the difference that I was talking about between winning a lane and winning an aggressive tri lane. Winning a lane would already be done, but an aggressive tri lane you just need to have more, because supports, like said, are gonna get more gold and experience than the supports of 4FC are getting, because 4FC has to share everything on the lane. They need to get kills to make it worth it for them, and they're not getting them right now. And to be fair, Dignitas is just not allowing them to get them right now, to let them have them right now, because one disruption could mean the end of a player, but they're just not out of position. You need to be finding a hero out of position to be able to land that good disruption. So we'll follow Boomski for a little bit, see if he can get himself in range for a disruption that can allow them to do something. Of course, you see the movement of Aoi, right? I mean, we know that there's going to be an arrow from Mirana should that disruption be there. So we see AOI positioning themselves. 10 viewers. Thank you for the vote, people. Thank you for the vote. Shout out to everybody who voted in this poll. 50-50. Very even. I don't think it's actually 50-50 though. I mean, on paper I will definitely be Dignitas that is taking this, but 4FC. Oh, disruption is going to be there. Here comes the arrow. Soul Catcher already there as well. Light Strike Array will follow up. And this might be something. AOI! Oh, one hit! Stick Charge is helping him out. In the meantime, Juicy is gonna get nuked down and will be first blood. Going the way of Way Too Sexy. Now Boomski is what they want. Soul Catcher still hits up on Fog. Look at that harassment up on Fog. Is it gonna be enough? Shadow Demon still goes down, but Strangby gets himself a kill. Oh my god! Oh my god! Creeley just scored himself a double kill. Nature's Wrath. He just got level 6. And Anti-Mage stood next to the Centaur that just vanished. He was in range of the... That's why the vision was there. Oh my god. That just totally won 4FC that fight in the top lane. 3-2. AUI goes down. Of course he was there to get a bit of the experience that was done, and that's great, but I think Mirana is going to be the winner of that fight most of all. She was there for all 3 kills, she got one of the last hits, and she is now level 5. In the meantime, on the middle lane, we might have Blumberg in some trouble. Soul Assumption will be doing the job, and the double kill goes the way of Way Too Sexy. Juicy already finding himself dead here in this middle lane. Templar Assassin with a double damage rune. Not something that you can mess with. So instantly, Dignitas has a rotation coming out for them, and they make it work for them. And get themselves a couple of kills. Oh, very nicely done by Dignitas. Yeah, let's see if 4FC can keep these lucky, well, probably aimed Wrath of Natures flowing, because they need to be able to get the kills continuously on the top lane to win it. Strangby is going to be left alone by the looks of it, though. They realized they weren't winning the lane that hard, so they need to have something done. They need to have a change, and they're going to be leaving Strangby by himself. And then the 2 supports roaming a little bit around there. Disruption is going to be there. Soul Catcher as well. Juicy coming in for Light Strike Ray is going to be too late though. Still quite a bit of damage done to Snaking still with the Nature's Wrath there, but not enough to get him down. And they won't be able to get the kill here as Blomberg sitting at level 6. Of course, another reason why he's nice against a Templar Assassin is that you can execute him just by, you know, Culling Blade him even through the refraction. In the meantime, on the top lane, I mean, Mirana might have been left alone by his supports, but AUI definitely wasn't. So supports were there to help get the kill on the Mirana. For the first time, Strangby goes down in this lane, and now 4FC have to make their rotation count because they just lost their main carry, kinda. But what are they gonna get in return for it? What did the supports get out of rotating there, out of sacrificing their carry? Nothing whatsoever. Universe, highest sun net worth. No surprise there. Going for the mechanism. Same build as before. We have a dive. Oh my god, that's gonna maybe be a kill. No, it's not. Runs himself out. Bottle charges are there. Snaking is a happy man. And a live man. As the supports roam back, help out Strangby. I'm not sure if that's gonna mean that much though. If they can get a kill right now. Maybe they can catch Fogged. Disruption, there it is. Here comes the arrow as well. Perfectly targeted. Fogged. Going down. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Those are the kind of kills that they need to catch every single time. Treads up on AY, so the combination that comes out from 4FC with the 3 heroes here on this top lane, it's not going to be as powerful anymore. Really goes down here in the mid lane. Nukes coming out from everybody. Still lands his ultimate before he dies though. But yeah, that's another kill going the way of Dignitas. And that's this snaking getting more and more dangerous. He's been in 3 kills so far. Only got 1 last hit on the kill, which was just now. And his net worth is spiking up a little bit. Now surpassing the safe lane of 4FC. Disruption, Soul Catcher here. AUI gets stunned. There's not going to be enough damage though to take him down. Nice impale coming off as well. Ooh, whoa! That Starstorm was still gonna do a lot of damage there to AY with that Soul Catcher on there, but yeah, he picked up treads and that just saved his life. Of course, he already has the poor man's shield. Whoa, those birds are able to pick up a level 3 Lina. Way too sexy, level 7 for him right now. And those birds, when they have full stacks, they hurt a ton. Snaking coming top, probably just to try and get a kill on the supports, but with Lina already dying to just birds, I mean, he's not really needed anymore now, is he? In the meantime, Universe was able to pick up a tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. First tower to go down, and he is just going to continue pushing, going to force Nature's Prophet to constantly rotate back bottom. And Blomberg not able to contribute all that much so far.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he's not doing too bad. But he's not really doing anything that someone else wouldn't have been able to do. Like, why the axe and not a different mid laner? Fogged, level 6. Has got that Vendetta up. No wards up for 4FC there on that top lane. So Fog would be able to just safely go into a Vendetta and maybe find Lina. Get himself a kill. Lina, of course, still level 3 if we look at the levels overall. Sorry, level 4 I should say. Level 4 on and Lina and Shadow Demon. While the supports of Dignitas. Oh, that's a ward just placed. And they might be able to get him here as well. Is there enough damage for the Quelling Blade? There it is! It is there! And Blomberg gets himself a kill. Gets himself a bird as well while he's at it. The double damage rune helping out. Moonlight Shadow being popped. Doesn't get anything else done though. Brilliant Sentry Ward coming off from Boomski. Was his last one as well. Like, well, this is a nice place for a Sentry Ward. Finds himself the next assassin straight away. Gets a disruption off. And the rest is history. Fox is just gonna take some farm here before doing anything else. But we see the set of the game, like 4FC. I said it at the start, if they're not winning that aggressive trial lane, they are in a tough spot because who is gonna carry them now? Mirana needs a lot of time to still be in that role of a carry. Krillin might be able to do it, but he picked up a hand of Midas, there we go. And that is kind of forcing him to play a little bit more passive, which he can't afford because he's actually gonna go down there. Sprout doesn't do anything, vacuum back in. And the haste rune on the Snake King gets himself a kill. He's now got face boots and drums. In the meantime, on the middle lane, we do have Fogged. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. If Blomberg can get something up, Disruption is going to be there. No mana up on Blomberg, though. As the Templar Assassin found himself another kill. Found himself the Shadow Demon. Right there. Couldn't get a kill up on the axe anymore. But yeah, this mid lane won by snaking, and we know what Templar Assassins can do when they get ahead. They just start getting more and more ahead. They are definitely a hero that you can classify as a snowballing hero once he gets ahead. And in the meantime, Anti-Mage, of course, the force that you might not realize it's there at the moment, but considering the amount of farm he has gotten since that aggressive trial kind of stopped on him, he is gonna be a very dangerous Anti-Mage. If he gets the time to farm up, which if it's up to Dignitas actually might not be the case, because they might be wanting to have a bit shorter game again, just like last game. So we do have the Roshan being attempted here. Dignitas Universe taking quite a lot of harassment. He does have a mechanism though. There we go. Gives himself a bit more HPs with using it. Krilly coming in there. His job right now, split push. Start split pushing, or at least it's like I say that and I know that his inventory is definitely not allowing yet for split push. But they need to have some damage control somewhere, somehow. 6 minutes faster mechanism on Universe than normal, and it's a very fast one, but that's what you get when a Darkseer has been, well, not really left alone. Of course, Krilly was on the lane, but he can't really do anything against a Darkseer. Darkseer is going to be the one to get ahead. Invisibility rune up on snaking. He's going to find Krilly, level 10 versus level 11. Let's see if the damage is enough. He's actually not convinced he can do it by himself, so he's going to get some help. Some rotation. Trap is going to be there. Krilly sprouts himself, but the birds give some vision, and that's going to be a kill. Going the way of way too sexy. Mega kill for him. As he is sitting on 7 to 1 to 1. He's been in 8 out of the 10 kills. And this is Dignitas making sure that the Radiant jungle is not a safe place to farm anymore. And where then can 4FC farm? On the lanes, yes. But not all that much on the top lane. Oh, nice arrow. Can they make something out of it though? Soul Catcher? Not gonna be there. Disruption is gonna be there. Boomski with the Soul Catcher as well. What else will there be? Is there enough damage? 7 seconds before he can TP out. It's not gonna be enough, but he might just be able to run for it, and that looks to be the case. Boomski, can he do something more? Doesn't do anything more. Arrow! Nice dodge. AUI. Safe. In the meantime, the rest of his team is picking off the tier 1 in the mid lane, making sure that 4FC can't spend too much time trying to chase down an anti-mage, unless they are willing to lose something in return, which apparently they do. 4 staff now up on Universe. More initiation power, as well as the power, of course, to save the teammates a little bit. Tier 1 tower top, slightly under harassment. Awkward arrow, but Strangby will be able to get away. In the meantime, tier 2 tower middle. Dignitas. They don't back off. Why would they? Why should they? Who is gonna kill them, right? Maybe they can find a kill here instead. Axe sitting at level 9. Considering he was solo mid, and he is the same level as a tri-laning anti-mage, not really doing all too hot. And gets vacuumed back actually. Might actually go down here. Nice light strike array, but in comes the soul assumption from way too sexy. Gets himself another kill. Nice moonlight shadow, keeping Juicy safe for a little while.
Top tower.
And Dignitas, they back off, knowing that they might be counter-initiated on. Nyx Assassin Visage. Very high win rate as a combination of heroes. 70, almost 70% as Lina goes down. Nyx Assassin by himself with the Vendetta, getting himself the kill. And the rest of Dignitas, knowing that the Moonlight Shadow is on cooldown, they go back for the tower, and they should be able to get it as well. Still Nature's Wrath doing quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough to stop the push from happening. Universe in the meantime stopping a push from happening here on this bottom lane. Still has that 4 staff in his inventory, but apparently he doesn't really want it. He didn't really have space for it until he TP'd. Am I saying that properly? No, he has a TP scroll. What am I saying? Well, he did not have it before, I guess. I don't know. Already forgot what it was. That's how casting works. Totally forgetting that. 1200 gold up on the Darkseer as well. They might be able to find. Never mind, he just TP'd himself out.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Krilly stayed safe. Stayed safe indeed. In comes snaking with an invisibility room, but the sentry ward is already down, so nicely anticipated on. The ward there, scouting something out. Sentry ward upon sentry ward, so they will be able to counter that. Light Strike Array will still be there. It comes an Iron Shell, Laguna Blades, a Spike Carapace Laguna Blade, that is not something that you want to be doing. 2 pickups already for Dignitas, and they followed 2 of the Corsair. Blomberg gonna try to do what he can, but he'll end up going down, but Strang B leaps himself away. Cruelly walks himself away. Should be able to do just that unless there's an impale, but it doesn't reach Cruelly. Dignitas doesn't get more kills than the two supports and the axe. Nice arrow, but doesn't reach anybody either. Nicely dodged. And Dignitas, they don't feel the need to back off. And Aghanim's even almost ready. This is a support Visage, who is higher than the carry Miranda in terms of net worth. And almost 900 gold away from being on par with the highest farmer on 4FC's side. Shadowblade almost done on Crilly once he has that. Oh, anti-mage, he jumps himself right into Crilly, but nice. That's gonna be a Shadow Amulet working for him. He TPs himself out. Arrow misses. Snaking still gonna get caught though. Can they get some damage up on him is the question.